Open your eyes, lovely.
That's it. Stay on a long, guys.
This is really the art of the publicist, the history of the publicity stunt. It's the supposedly where 1,000 words is captured by one picture. And it sort of celebrates the life of the guys who actually, and women, who actually made that thing work through, you know, the history of the media. And what we've tried to do is celebrate their skills. Here is, for me, one of the great self-publicists, and his publicity stunts now go beyond the grave. Here's a picture of Dali from Holt and Getty here, showing off his cut-off head. He just knew how to build a career. The Liz Hurley dress, which you talked about earlier, the Liz Hurley moment, indelibly sort of, you know, marked on people's brain.
You've got to want to be successful. You've got to want to go to the top. You've got to be willing to work enormously hard, put in enormously long hours, and it's an added bonus if you were born beautiful. But being born beautiful is only part of it. You've got to have all the other attributes as well.
I think the most successful self-publicist has to be someone like Lord Sutch, Richard Branson. If you want to talk about somebody who's actually made and built an empire out of him being a renegade against the establishment, a person whose face can actually, you know, sell a pep, an airline, a clothing range, a cola, come on, you know, he's worth a lot of money. I think that, to me, is the most successful. The book is a sort of, it's a look back really at the sort of art of publicity. I think I was inspired to sort of pull it together because a very famous American publicist called Jim Moran died last year in October. And the only obit I could actually find for him was in one of the Seattle papers that I found on the internet. And I'd followed his career for years and years and years, and I think the PR business gets, you know, it's a bit like a hairdresser's convention really with clients, you know, who's done the cut of your hair, who's cut that and whatever. And I think we all try and own ideas that have been established or created by, you know, people before us. And I think there's not a sense of history in terms of what publicity is about. Kylie Minogue is a great person for always grabbing the photo attention. You know, that great stunt recently of redoing that famous Athena tennis shot with her hands surreptitiously placed up her, up her skirt. Everybody grabbed hold of that. You know, the new video out is sort of, you know, Kylie showing a bottom or whatever. You know, does the product live up to it? You know, you've got to harness, you know, good publicity mechanic, good publicity story with decent product. If you don't, then people say, you know, Kylie's publicity is better than her product. Bad news. There are some very, how should you say, you know, interesting puppet masters. But then again, on the flip side of it, and this is the dichotomy of the whole thing. On the flip side of it, something completely freaky happens, which isn't a publicity stunt, which hasn't been contrived, and people look at it in a totally different way. So you just never know what's the beginning and what's the end.